Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy you're here. So today is a bonus video, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I was seeing lots and lots of people, they'll find all their freebies, and that's wonderful. I use them. I actually went and I got several for myself the other day. Well, I have several ladies that send me messages and say, I can't afford to save anything. I don't have any money left over. One thing, or I can't afford the supplies, or there's all kinds of reasons why they can't, in their mind, think that they can't do it. Now, they may not can. I mean, I'm not with them. I don't know. But we have all started out at the bare minimum before. So I thought I would do a video, and I don't know how long I'm going to do this video series. It really just is, depends on a lot on several factors, and I'll explain it in a minute and it'll make better sense. But here's my thought process. So hear me out. As we know, if you want to save money, deep, deep down in your heart, you want to save some money, you'll find a way to do it. Now, is the path going to be an easy path to walk? No. It's fun because we do savings challenges, because, that's how we make it fun. And yes, we spend money to save money because we buy different savings challenges from all these wonderful shops, myself included. I mean, y'all buy from me, I buy from y'all, and that's great and that's helpful. But then you have people that, they just absolutely do not have the money to buy anything. And so I am here to share with you a way to think outside of the box and not worry that you can't necessarily do what us YouTubers do. And it's as simple as this. When you go to the grocery store, whatever money you have left over, now I save my change, and I have a savings challenge for that. So there's an opportunity to save money. You can save change. If you have, now, whatever my dollars are after I go to the grocery store, I generally will keep those and put those to aside for my bucks challenge. But for a little while, I'm going to do it for this challenge. So I do dollars. Some people will do all their leftover change. It's just whatever, you can do. Some weeks you might have $10 left over. Some weeks you might have $1. But that's $1 closer than what you were. So think about it like that. Okay? Now, the next thing is, I can't print out these, I can't buy the downloadable ones. I can't afford them. That's fine. You have freebie options. All these channels, including myself, have freebies. So if you have a printer, or you have the means to go to your local library and get them to print it off for, like, I don't know how much they charge now. Back in the day, it was like 10 cents a copy, but I don't know how much it is now. And so you have that option. But let's just say you can't do any of that. Or you can, but you don't want to spend that money. You want to save that money. Here it is. Simple as this. An envelope. So you say, okay, well, I don't want to have to go buy a box of envelopes. Don't do it. You can always take your money And you can write on a piece of paper what it's for and put a paper clip on it. You don't have to have an actual envelope. But if you want an envelope, you pay your bills. All the bills that come in your mail will have envelopes for you to send them back. And most of us will pay things online. So, like I have this one. It's got a window in it. I don't care. I have an Attn one. I have all these right through here. So, I mean, it's as simple as just doing that. Now, here's the fun part. You say, well, what about how everybody colors this in and colors that in, and it's just more fun? I agree, 150%. It's more fun. I mean, really, there's no inspiration here. So, if you have children, get your kids to draw something for you. Tell them not to color it in. And then you color it in as you save money. Or if you're an artist, you do it. There's all kinds of things. Put a star on it. Draw a heart. Think outside the box. And it's as simple as that. So, for as little as whatever it costs you for your bills, and it might take you a little while to get your envelopes together. If that's the case, see if you can find a paper clip, So you've got that. You got your leftover dollars from your groceries. And then you say the next thing is, well, I don't have that pretty vacuum cleaner. You don't need that because you're not going to be scratching. You're going to be coloring. And, I bet your kids, especially if they're in school, have got crayons, markers. You can use those. You can use a pencil. You can use an ink pen. There are so many options, guys. So many options. And I'm not preaching at you. I'm just trying to give you ideas because I just thought it would be fun to share what I was thinking about. So the next question people ask me is, well, I don't have a scratching tool. Yes, you do. You do. If you have a knife, like a butter knife in your kitchen, you got a scratching tool. If you got a fingernail, you got a scratching tool. If you have a coin, you have a scratching tool. If you have a sharp edge, a credit card, a debit card, you got it. Simple as that. But you don't need that for this. You just need something to write with. And then the next thing you might ask is, okay, well, everybody does those randomizers. Yep. And I don't have dice. You don't need dice. If you have a pack of cards, you can pull cards. You can write numbers down on a piece of paper. And you can draw them out. So however many you have. So we're going to do a little experiment. And we're going to we're starting this in March. And we're going to do it once a week. Because a lot of people go to the grocery store once a week. Some people go every 2 weeks. And if that's the case, then you'll just do your envelopes, instead of 4 times in April, you'll do them 2 times. So we are going to decide what, and I mean, you don't have to use these topics because, everybody saves for their own thing, but I'm going to try to pick out things that are the most common, that most everybody will do. So we're going to get a marker. Let's see. We're going to get this purple marker. Let's see, I don't even know how many I got. So we have 1, I just grabbed them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6. So that's good, because that's a good amount to have, 6. So we're going to put a number, and that's going to be our first, let's see. That's going to be our first thing that we're going to write. So we're going to do number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Now, one thing that, if you know, since you're apparently watching the videos and you want to do this, you know, there's a lot of contests out there, you know, giveaways that you could enter and you could win. So that's always a good idea. And when I hit 1,000 subbies, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So be sure to check that out, because there might be something in that you might be interested in. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to call this one, let's see, we're going to call this one emergency, because I am a firm believer that everyone should have an emergency fund if they can. So we're going to save towards that. Okay. And number 2, let's see. What would be a good one? Let's see. How about, I'm trying to think about what I needed when I first started doing this. One of my biggest things, because I knew that it was going to take me a little while to be able to work towards my debt. So that was not my biggest focus. It is now, but it wasn't when I first started. It was when I first started, it was just to get used to this. I'm going to do, we're going to do health, because if you have children, you know they're always coming home with something. So there's an envelope for health. And then we're going to do, we're going to do food. We're just going to call it food, because then that way you can, you know, you might want to save towards groceries, or you might want to save and take your kids out to McDonald's or something. So there's 3. Now, so we've got emergency, health, food. We can always use help when we're starting to learn to budget and saving money and stuff like that, you know, with bills. So we're going to do 1 for bills. And like I said, you know, you make your own. You can do the same thing I'm doing, or you can make your own topics. Okay, so emergency, health, food, bills, and we're going to let this last one be fun. It's going to be fun money. And that can be, if you want to print out a freebie or something like that, you'll have a little bit of money in there, so you can go do that. And then the last one, well, that's not the last one. Let's see. We're going to do emergency, food, and I think we're going to do giving, because I think it's important to give. We're going to call it give. because, you know, it's always good to give. Now, here's your dilemma. You can either put, like in my case, let's see how much I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I got $7. So I could put $1 in each envelope, or I can randomize. And the thing about randomizing is it's fun. And that will bring another aspect of, you know, fun into this while we're at the bare minimum of supplies. So what you could do is you could take the guesswork out and just do a randomization, and then you could have no guilt whatsoever if the card told you to put it in this envelope. Well, then that's the way it is. You don't have to feel guilty for favoring another envelope. So, you know, it's up to you, however you want to do it. Now, you can flip a coin if you only have 2 envelopes that you can do. So you can do heads and tails. You can do the slips of paper like I suggested, or you can do a pack of cards. And so I think what I'm going to do is I have a pack of cards here. You could also, if you have a calculator, you can close your eyes and push a number. So we're going to find, you know, you can get your kids even in on the action to tell you which number they want. Okay, so we have 5, 6, 2, 3. We need a 4. There is a 4, and we're going to use the ace for the 1. Okay, so I think I have everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can do it like this, or you can get a bunch of these same numbers and do it. 4 aces, all 4 2s, 3s, 4, 5, 6, and then shuffle them all up and then pick a number. You see what I'm saying? So we could do it that way, or we can, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think I'm going to do it this way because I think that, you know, a lot of people might have cards, playing cards. So we're going to, I'm going to get these sorted and I will come back in just a minute. Okay, so I have all my aces through 6s in here. So we're going to put them together, and what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle them up. Now, like I said, you can put your, you know, write down numbers, but you need to put more than just 6 numbers in there, or you just might as well not even randomize. Okay. Hopefully these are new. I found these at Goodwill. So that's a good place to find things too. Sometimes you can even look up on binders there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my money in my tray here. Put my quarter in my jar. And we're going to set these out. Okay. So we are going to draw a card for each dollar that we have. Here we go. Ready, guys? So we have a 2. We have a ace, which is our 1. We have a 6. Another 6. A 5. Another 5. And a 4, which is our last one. So the only one that didn't get anything was food, which is okay, because this takes the guilt out of it. You had to go where the cards told you to go. You know what I mean? All right. So we'll put these up for our next go around, because I think that's what we'll use as our cards. And like I said, you don't have to have cards. Okay, so we're going to put these all in order here. 3 didn't get any. Poor 3. That's all right. So here we are with number 5, and number 5 got $2. So you have now got $2 that you can give towards someone that needs it, whatever you want to do. And what I'm going to do, because I am not an artist, if you have kids, it would just be precious if you did this with your kids. I'm going to do a heart, and I'm going to color in that heart in a minute. And I'm going to do I think I'm going to do another heart. So we've got 2 hearts right there, and I'm going to make it fun and color it just like I would on a regular savings challenge. And it's as simple as that right there. And you know, there's going to be, I'm not going to always have $7 to put in this. So don't feel guilty. If you have $1, fine, $1, put it in there. Now what I like to do is I like to put my flap down because I don't like fooling with it. You could cut it off, but there you go. So you could even, if you had a piece of paper and you didn't want, you know, anything to show, you could put a piece of paper there, but I kind of like seeing the cash. So there's the first one done. Our next one is number 4, going towards bills. It's getting $1. So we're going to do a dollar sign. There we go. So we have $1 going in there. Now, what do y'all think about this? I hope if you are a newbie to budgeting, you will comment that you are a newbie. That way I know. And if you have a channel, fine. Just let me know, because I'd like to follow your journey. All right, so in health, we have $1 going in. Yep, $1. So we're going to do I know I'm not a good drawer. No snickering. All right. And in that, is the dollar going in. Now all you got to do is just put it in a safe place and save it. Okay, emergency is going to get $1. So what do we want to do for emergency? Let's see. We're gonna do, since we only have $1, we're gonna do that little sign. So there is our $1 going in. And last but not least, fun money, and it's getting $2. So we're gonna do a smiley face. And another one. And of course we need it to be smiling. There we go. So $2 going in. So I have saved, just from leftover grocery money, $7. And like I said, some days it's going to be, could be more, some days it could be less. Let's see, oh, there's 3. 4, 5, and 6. So, now I don't know what day of the week this will show up on. I'm not sure. But just be looking for it, because it will show up eventually. I just don't know when. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my ideas. Comment below and let me know what you think about it. And comment your suggestions as well, because that way everybody can learn from the comments. Because there are so many ways to do this. This is just one little idea. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Happy saving. You can do it. I know you can. And I'm proud of you. If no one else tells you that, know that I am proud of you and I'm praying for you. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye.